Okay, let's see. Game open. Cool. Rawr, hello Olivia, welcome to the stream, and hello to everyone else who is here right now. Welcome aboard. Go! Alright. Let's go! It's time to do this. Load from here. That is where we are. So last we left off, we hold on, let's see here. Where is the menu? So yeah, I spent some time with Lorem, I believe his name is right. Yeah, okay. Then I have the names here. How am I meant to remember? So yeah, I remember this guy's Bryce. This is Remy. One of them's a Dean. I don't remember which one. Yeah, we'll be able to. There we go. So meet Remy, meet with Anna. Anna was the other one. Order some lunch, get some well-deserved rest. Well, so we haven't rested yet, huh? Would I be tiring myself out too much? I'm not sure. Right? Did we just go through the whole night or something? 'Cause, wow. Okay. Nah, we should meet with someone. Why don't we meet with Remy? He's the one who first, met up with us anyway, so yeah. He told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe I should look for him. He can't be too far after all. It's quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases on multiple floors. From the looks of it, it seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library, with immaculate order permeating the chamber. It was the kind of place I could see myself getting lost in for an afternoon or two, thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. I was looking around in wonder, when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy! I couldn't see who the voice belonged to, but it came from the more private area in the back. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here? Of course I am still here. I have business to attend to. Suddenly, I just assumed you'd be done by now, Emra. Guess your assumption was wrong then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you? Of course, Emra. I heard more movement, I still could not see either of the two who spoke behind all the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to a visitor like myself and decided to wait. Here you go. Now let me read in peace, you silly boy. Huh, of course. I heard him walk towards my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. Oh, hello Yoshi, I didn't expect you so soon. Wow, that's mean. Be safe then sorry? Not like I had anything better to do. Nah, that makes it sound like I don't want to spend time with people. I like spending time with these dragons, they're cool. Better be safe than sorry. Well, I'm glad to see you again at any rate. Who was that back there? I guess you heard that, didn't you? That was my superior. She's the Minister of Culture and Arts, which means I'm technically in her employment, though generally speaking I work for the council at large, not just her. So this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little more to it. I'm not just in charge of the books, I'm a scholar and study them too. For example, if the council requests knowledge on certain topics, like facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it is part of my job to research it and present it to them in an appropriate manner. You're an expert in everything. That sounds like the kind of thing I'd like to do. Thinking about doing that kind of work day after day gives me a headache. So basically you're an expert in everything? No, just an expert at finding information. Anyways, was there a particular reason why you wanted to meet me? He is pretty cute, but I could be calling all the dragons cute at this point. It's interesting what you said the other day. You have myths about humans. I was bored and coming here seemed to be the most interesting option. Well, let's get some more information on his whatever information he can offer here. I was interested in what you said the other day. You have myths about humans. All dragons are cute in their own way, of course. Oh right, I still have work to do, but I could show you something afterwards. Either way, now that you're here, you could help me with something. I've got some books that need to be sorted over there. Alright, how do I fit them in alphabetically? Yeah, let's go do this. Oh no, the arrangement you see in this library is based on a sophisticated system that sorts everything at a very intuitive manner based on a number of criteria: genre, author, complexity, and age. As you can probably tell, we have a lot of specimens, so just sorting them by alphabet would be far from and efficient. Sounds complicated. It does sound a little complicated. It's not that hard, I'll show you. Basically, these 8 books you see over there were all part of a section that was moved, so they have to be sorted into their new area. The problem is, their labels are so old that they've started to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They'll get new labels soon, but until then, we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hazik Akil, a writer on the subject of history, and a very prolific one, I might add. You'll find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it is just a matter of placing them in the right order from oldest to newest. I have written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, putting them in order shouldn't be a problem. In any case, I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. Okay, hints. The third war is directly preceded by the spark. Oh, is this a puzzle? The first war is directly preceded by the inception. The invention is not the third, 7th, or last book. Oh guys, it's a puzzle. Oh jeez. The second war is the 4th book. There is only one book before the first war. The Enlightenment comes at some point after the third war. The first book. What was to... Oh, hold on. Oh, how many books are there? So, let's see here. Yeah, no. So, there's only one book before the first war. So it's one that's not mentioned here. So, third war, spark, inception, invention, second war. So... No, oh, sorry. Bleh. What was the thing to get past the text that you've seen before? I don't remember. So it must be the tribe, right? Yeah, that's the only one that wasn't mentioned. That would be the book that came before. The second book is... before the first war. Okay, the first war. Oh, let's go to that one. The first war. Okay, so what was preceded? The first war is directly preceded by the inception. Okay, the inception. Alright. This is not too hard. Let's see. Second war is the 4th book. It is the 4th book then. The second war. Alright. So what's here? So we've already crossed this one out. The third war is yeah, we don't know when the third war is. First war is directly preceded by the inception. Yeah, right, the inception. There's only one. Alright, wasn't there like the 3rd, 4th, or 7th hint thing? The invention is not the 3rd, 7th, or last book. Let's see. Hold on, so what do we have left over? The invention, the enlightenment, the 3rd war, the spark. If I'd listed these, perhaps I would have had less trouble. Oops. So we can cross off these ones. The 1st war is directly preceded, the 2nd war, there's only 1 book. So the invention is not the 3rd, 7th, or last. So it could be the 5th. So if you go the invention, then there's 6, 7, 8. Or did we do a 5th one? No, because we chose the 2nd one already. So how many books do we have left? 3 or 4? We have 4 left. Human superior to dragons, we only had 2 wars. Of course. Okay, so there's 4 left. So let's just figure out the order from here. The invention could be 5th or 6th. Right? No. The 5th one must be the invention. The 6th one would be the 3rd war. Then the 7th is the spark, and the 8th is the enlightenment. Because that's the only way it would fit together. Okay, so what is it? Invention, 3rd war. Invention, 3rd war, spark. So invention, the 3rd war, the spark, and the enlightenment. I think that's it. Oh, you're done? Let's take a look then. Sorry to disappoint you, but it seems only 4 books are in the right place. What? 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 Oh no! I messed up half of them? Alright, I'll come back in a bit. What did I do? Oh, no. Oh, come on, no. I keep pressing that by accident. Four of them, right? That's weird. What? What did I do wrong? Right, there is only 1 book before the First War, and that has to be, what was it? The Tribe? That sounds like a starting point though, doesn't it? Oh, but the 1 book before the First War could have been the invention. Right? It could have been the invention first. So maybe this does require experimentation, because it doesn't seem like the invention and the tribe fit anywhere without like actually having trial and error. But that's only 2 books that were swapping around. I don't know what else we'd have wrong. Okay, so let's do that. So, what was it? The invention. And then that's when the First War. So the First War happens. Okay. Oh, no, show hints. Okay, so is directly preceded by the inception. Okay, so the inception happens. the inception. Sure, here it is. Then the fourth book is the second war, yeah? Okay, the second war. The second war. So this is the point where we have 4 books left. Again. The third war is directly preceded by the spark. Yeah, that's... There is no clear way to go for 5, 6, 7, 8, right? The only thing we know is that the third war happens and then the spark. And then the enlightenment. So unless the third war comes straight after the fourth book. Which after the second war. Like the second war and oh, boom, there's a third war already. Unless that happens... But in that case, where does the tribe fit in? Where does that fit in? Do we just randomly place it? Or do we just logically put a split between the wars? And then we'll go third war spark, okay. So what, the tribe, the third war, the spark, and the enlightenment. I feel like the enlightenment would be the last one, right? That seems like it. I have less in the right place now. I hope there's no consequence for taking too long. Okay, so... this is hard. One book before the First War. Right. A tribe sounds like how everything would have started. From what I can understand. Ooh. You guys have any thoughts? Any thoughts? One thing, I'm reading this correct, aren't I? Directly preceded by means that it comes right after, correct? So, like, the third war is directly preceded by. Does that mean the spark comes right after the third war? Yes? Oh, but the spark would lead to the invention. Yeah? But it's not the third, seventh, or last book. No. Oh, no. The spark is before the third war. Spark is before the third war. Is that what I've been doing wrong the whole time? I was reading it wrong the whole time. My English skills must be bad. I swear preceded by means like when you say, oh, this guy preceded, like the king was preceded by this guy, right? I thought it means like the son comes after. Spark precedes the third war, goes before the third war. Is that what it is? Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I was doing it wrong the whole time. Right, so there's only one book before the first war, and that's the Inception then. The Inception goes before the first war. Right? Okay. Thanks. This is why it is good that... Okay, so the Inception happens, and then the first war happens. Yeah, alright. Right, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. That was very helpful. I needed that. Because I'm silly. So that's the first two books. The Invention isn't the third book. It must be the Tribe then. That's the only one that fits in. And then it goes to the Second War. Second War. Show hints. Then is it... So it could be the 4th, 5th, or 8th book, The Invention. No, wait. You already said The Invention, did we not? No. Hold on, let me check out the remaining books. Invention is still there. I'm still trying to figure out where that fits in. Let's see. So... it could be... Spark, Third War, Enlightenment, and then Invention, because the Invention is not the 7th. Right, okay. The Spark, the Third War, the Enlightenment, right? And then the Invention. Because which one was the one that was... is not the 3rd, 7th, or last, so... Oh, it's not the 7th or last. Oops. I messed up. How do I go back? Ah, let me try again, No. Yeah, okay. No, let me try again, sorry. I messed up. It's not this... Okay. So it's not the 3rd, 7th, or last. So it must be the Invention is the 5th book. The 5th book. Okay, that makes more sense now. Sorry, I did it silly. Okay, so where did it start again? The Inception, the First War. Inception. First War. Tribe. Oh, now it fits all together. It makes so much sense now. The Second War. The... Invention, Spark, Third War. Okay, please. Ah! I badly did it, thanks. Now I also had a good English lesson there. Now we know. Now I know what the preceded by means. I'm sorry for being dumb, guys. That was something easier than like it. Yeah, okay, that all fits together. There was no guessing required. If I'd read it all through properly. Yes, thank you, Remy. You brought Remy's books into the correct order. Oh, look, achievement, librarian. I didn't know I could have this much fun in the library. It was fun. I did enjoy it. I can't tell if you're serious, but I appreciate your help regardless. Any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we'll be done for the day. Sure thing. Great, see you in a bit then. Okay. Phew, that is heavier than I thought. I lifted the box and carried it towards the shelf, but just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground as the contents of the box spilled across the floor. Ouch! Oh no! We dropped the box. I scrambled together the various items as the voice of the dragon called out to me. Is everything alright? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing a look of disapproval. He stooped over and helped me pick up the spilled objects. Yeah, I'm fine. I was mainly asking about the priceless artifacts he just dropped. Oh no. Oh, no, I don't want to be like meanie. You shouldn't have asked me for help if you were so worried about the condition of these things. Sorry for carrying so much of my books and scrolls. You should apologize. It doesn't look like anything is broken. That could have ended up much worse. Yeah, exactly. What is all this stuff anyway? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on humans. And what did you learn? Not much. The human is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend, yet one we apparently share some history with. Really? Sure, dragon, tell me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization, living in caves and whatnot. We fought other creatures and amongst each other for resources and territory. One day, however, a human arrived who performed many miracles and gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. Electricity and reason. That's interesting. What happened to them, and who were they anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our clans and uniting us, as our numbers were dwindling from our pointless conflicts. That makes sense. And when the deed was done, they ascended to the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon and lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom until their eventual passing, depending on who you ask. And what do you make of this story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for a sudden, unprecedented technological advancement in our timeline. We have artifacts from that time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge we had back then. I'm starting to think you already have a theory. Indeed. I take it you are familiar with the way the portals through which you travelled here actually work? Not very. It's simple, really. There are spontaneous wormholes that pop into existence now and then, but their highly unstable nature means that they instantly collapse in on themselves. The machinery of the portal merely stabilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We actually are just taking advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon. Wow. Fascinating stuff. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled upon one of these natural wormholes in the split second it existed, bringing them into our world. Being thrust into an unfamiliar world with no means to return to their own. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Is that what Reza did? And his return? No, I feel like he's got history or something though. Right? I feel like Reza's tied up in this somehow. Somehow, he must be. Must be. Or just the right one, if you ask me. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Who could this have been? Or what? Oh, what I would give to know more about them. How do you know so much about the portal anyway? We found it a while ago, so we have had time to study it. Not me personally, mind you, but I followed its developments with great interest. What else have you discovered about it? Not much, I'm afraid. We didn't want to take the risk of permanent damage, so we won't do anything rash until we completely understand the technology and can replicate it for ourselves. So far, the only thing it has done for us was locating your portal and connecting us to it. From the interface, it appears to have more functions, but we haven't been able to get any of them to work. We were not even sure what it was capable of when we initially turned it on. Only after some time of being active did it actually find your portal, and only then were we able to make the connection. Making that discovery must have been very exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started exchanging letters with us. Oh, you have no idea. Especially when Reza arrived and he turned out to be human, of all things. Some people still worship them, you know. Huh, you've mentioned that before. How does that work? Do you have some kind of organized religion based around it? Not exactly. It is more like an adoration on a personal level. I'd count myself amongst them if it wasn't for the fact that I consider myself to have a more reasonable approach to it than others. For example, there are those that believe there is much more to your sudden appearance than there really is. I think they expect some sort of miracle from you, similar to what was ascribed to humans in the past. Well, I can tell you that there is nothing supernatural about me. Those people are stupid. Maybe you should worship me. Yeah, well, we can only speak the truth here, right? That's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, I'm looking forward to see everything your PDAs have to offer. I could show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them to me. I'm sure you have much more important things to do while you're here. It is just a question of time until one of them ends up with me anyway. Actually, the PDAs are one of the reasons I volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well, enough to explain how they work at least. Of course, that's far from the only reason. I just thought that I'd be the kind of person who'd meet all of the requirements, and it turned out I was. Get a subservient dragon making worship you. Of course. That is the goal. Of course. I see. It was nice of you to volunteer when you must have known there would be considerable risks in coming here. You volunteered as well when you came to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. That is true, but by this point, my interest in these matters shouldn't surprise you. I was more surprised that I arrived under cover of darkness to meet an ambassador, though I haven't seen much of you since. Initially, they wanted us to have an official reception headed by myself, but in the end they changed their minds due to security concerns, as I told you back then. Huh. I suppose that's also why I'm being escorted by the police all the time. Yeah, that was supposed to be my job too, until someone from the police department objected and advocated for more security. Better be safe than sorry, I suppose. Let me guess, that someone was Maverick. How do you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or the foolish wouldn't be. I consider myself neither. I have to admit I was speechless when I saw you, and that wasn't just a side effect of the teleportation. I think you were pretty brave, I think you were pretty foolish. We should admire him. He was pretty brave coming out here and talking to us. No, it was just scientific curiosity. You know what they say about curiosity in cats? I'm afraid I don't. There was a moment of silence between us and our eyes met briefly, and suddenly a loud call echoed throughout the building. Remy! I better go and see what that is about. Maybe it would be better if you didn't stay out in the open. At the end of the hallway, you can find my office towards the right. Wait for me there. Alright. Let us wait. Ooh. That's nice. So this is your office, Remy. Shall we look through his stuff? Do we be patient? Is there an achievement for rummaging through people's stuff? Hey, actually, what is this game? This is Angels with Scaly Wings. Dragon dating sim is the long and short of what it really is. But with interesting other themes going on as well. Yeah, dating sim for Valentine's Day. I suppose. I played it for like any time, but the fact that like I got it around Valentine's Day was just a nice coincidence. Rummage through is trash. Okay. Let's see, what do we have here? What's this? Something's wrapped in paper. It's partially eaten sandwich covered in mold. I'm not gonna eat that. That's a good idea. Can we do it again? Or is it just like the same result? There are a lot of used tissues. Maybe he had the flu, but dutiful as he is, he still went to work sick. Poor Remy. Aww. Look at his notebook. Heavy paper, perfect binding. I can tell by the cover alone that this is not the cheap stuff, but the result of quality bookmaking. Right, let's take a peek inside. Looks like unsorted notes. His handwriting is terrible. Nope, can't make it out. Oh. Drink his coffee. You know, dragons will not at first. There's a whole story. Yeah, there's a lot to it. Look at his computer. What if their computers are similar to ours? Let's see. At the press of a button, the screen came to life, accompanied by the whir of the machine. After a few seconds, colorful images appeared on the screen. Ooh. Aliyah, have you come here to beg for mercy? Huh? Rise Guard. No, Aliyah, we've come to stop you. Your reign of terror over the land of Marmo is over. You're outnumbered. Just give up and we can end this without bloodshed. Is this just a game or is this... Okay, come on. This better be a game. Aliyah. Wait, Aliyah's a familiar name, isn't it? I swear it was. Right, I think there was a mention of Aliyah. The area is teeming with my soldiers, outnumbering you thousands to one, but I don't even need to call them. Who knows, if you survive long enough, you might just see why I'm called Aliyah the Ascended. Oh, you pompous. Bleh. Calm down, Adis. Focus. I am sorry it has come to this, Aaliyah, but this ends now. Ronan, get them! Grrr! Battle stop. I didn't. Oh, this is a game. Ronan takes 326 damage. Wow. Oh. Oh, look, earthquake. Ronan takes 465 damage. Oh no! We just popped into his game. I was going to keep trying to grind an event. I see. Ronan takes 465 damage. Grrr! Ronan invokes Cosmic Horror. Wow. Intense. Bonner takes 1089 damage. Rizard takes 1205 damage. Oh. Oh no. What the? Hey, what are you doing? I think I broke it. Joe yourself couldn't get into PPQ? Oh. Was that just because of the gameplay of it, or like the fact that like it was just inaccessible? Bonner or Bono? It's probably Bonner. I don't know. I think I broke it. I'm so sorry. I broke his thing. No. I'm so sad. Oh no. Oh no. Let me take a look. Why did you even touch the computer? I just wanted to see what was on it. Oh no. Whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. Oh no, my game. I'm sorry. What's wrong? When you touched the computer, you saw a game running, right? Yeah, I played a little. I had it saved specifically at that moment to play it later. Now it's all gone. Oh no, I feel so bad for Remy. No! Oh no. What do you mean it's all gone? So much preparation, so many hours spent grinding just to get there. I can't do all of that again, you wouldn't understand. Actually, I do. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I come from. I see. Well, at least my office is still standing. Speaking of which, what's with the bed? It looks like you live here. When I have to work late, it's just easier to stay here. Besides, I have the knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips and can use the resources and equipment as I please, like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household, though it's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home, we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrist wherever we went. Is that so? Yeah, it is. Oh, this feels nice. Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do or ask anything in particular, now is the time. I'd like to know more about your human myths. Are you available? Do we want to make more advancement on... So here's the question. It's whether we want more information or if we want to get closer to him as on a personal level. I think that's what the question is here. I guess we'd learn more by getting closer to him. Right? Okay, are you available? Yeah? Okay, let's go for it. What do you mean by that? You know, for a relationship. Oh, hopping right into it. That is, if you're going to ask me like that, my answer is going to be no. Oh well. Anyways, thank you for your help. If there's any way I can repay you, just let me know. Well, we don't want to push him for it, so we'll just stick it at, I can't really think of anything. That we don't want to push him over with this. What do humans typically do in such a situation? Invite them for a meal, probably. Then that's what I'll do. Sounds good to me. Oh, alright then, have a nice evening, you two. Oh, there you go. We parted amicably, or so I thought. Would I see him again? I wasn't sure, but I kept his number just in case. 7.978k. What? Whoa. Oh, we've gone into the second chapter. Huh. Chapter 2. Hope card. Interesting. That's a bit sudden though. Just kind of like there was no conclusion to it. It's just you go around doing stuff and then poof, new chapter. Another day, another morning. I woke from dreams filled with fire and smoke. The sun shining through the window gave me a comforting feeling of familiarity, despite the portal in the distance reminding me of my purpose here. I looked towards the horizon, my view undisturbed by dividing walls. The light of the morning sun was painting the sky with golden hues, a view that had become a rarity back home. It evoked a feeling of freedom and openness that was almost scary to me. While I got ready for the day, my thoughts strayed to the people I knew back home. I couldn't help but wonder how they were doing. But I had greater things to worry about at the moment, like Reza, murders, and generators. How much danger was I in, really? It's scary to think about. Hey Yoshi. Oh, hey Bryce. Hey Chief, more bad news? Not quite, unless you count Reza still missing as bad news. That's kinda why I'm here. Well, what is it? Just some good old-fashioned police work, and we're counting on your help. Again. Chocolate gathering again. Not in the mood to look at corpses today. I mean, we want to help out however we can. So yeah, sure, sign me up. Great. We obtained a list of places Reza visited in the days before he vanished. We'll check those out, maybe he find a lead, and you might help us to understand his motivations or give us some context to his actions. I can certainly try. That's all you have to do. That is reassuring. Are you ready to go? Sure, let's go. There's a couple of places we can check out. Let's see where we should go first. While Bryce focused on his list, I saw someone approach out of the corner of my eye. A closer look revealed that it was Sebastian, waving his arm in an attempt to get our attention as he ran towards us, his face grave. Oh no, don't tell me. There you are, Chief. I was looking for you. What are you doing here? Don't tell me there's another dead person. Oh no. Sorry, Chief, there it is. Not another one. Oh no. Darn, guess it's gonna be one of those days. Yeah, it looks that way. Someone else can take care of that today though, we've got other plans. You'll need to sign off on a few things at least. I know, we'll go to the crime scene, sign a few forms, and then we're out. Oh jeez. Not another one. When we arrived at the scene, I saw the poor victim next to one of the houses. The obligatory sheet that was draped over him provided a modicum of discretion, but did nothing to hide the crime that had occurred. Alright, give me the story. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. The wounds match those of the last victim, so a similar, if not identical, murder weapon is likely. Why is there a dead person? Because there's a murderer on the loose or something. We don't know who it is. I don't know. It's scary. The victim, maintenance person for this area, and the electricity was out. The power goes out, maintenance guy shows up, and it's killed before he can fix the problem. At least, that's my theory. So the power for the whole block is still out? That is correct. We should get that fixed as soon as possible. You don't need civilians showing up around here complaining about sitting in the dark. Good point. Bryce's snout wrinkled with distaste as he glanced over Sebastian's shoulder. Darn, not again. What is it? What are you doing here, Maverick? A second victim, huh? This is an official investigation, so you better not cross that police line. Maverick seems pretty... as well. Oh, I like this guy. Here's the lab redos and murder. That's a little far-fetched. We don't have any evidence to work off of. But this guy, Maverick, he seems very... I don't know. It might just be his personality and attitude though, so... I don't know. You shouldn't buy my own colleagues. This is ridiculous. You know how it is. Rules are rules. Without rules, murders like this one would be allowed to happen and go unpunished. Have your fun without me then. Oh. Okay. What do you think he wanted here, Chief? That one's easy. To do his own investigation, just like he said he would. I shouldn't be surprised that he showed up, but I guess we're lucky we arrived before he did. Yeah, I suppose. I agree. We better check out that power outage now. Of course, I think the door to the maintenance room is right around here. Got your flashlight, Seb? Always, Chief. You should go first then. I don't have my stuff here. Besides, putting on that headmount is such a hassle. I remember. You complain about that every time it comes up. There, that should do the trick. You just stay behind me, Yoshi, alright? Okay. Gah, I hate stairs, especially those made for smaller dragons like you. Trust me, having it the other way around isn't too great either. I don't mind stairs. Say nothing? Just like say nothing. Yeah, no need to comment on this. This kind of reminds me of when we found that underground base, or whatever it was. Remember, Chief? How could I not? It wasn't that long ago. Underground base? Yeah, the portal wasn't the only piece of ancient technology we found. There was also this whole lab near it. Seemed to have some high-tech stuff in there. At least that place didn't have as many stairs. Wait, so you not only found the portal, but a whole facility along with it? Yes, but we're not sure how much the two are actually related. Oh, that's pretty fishy. We spent all that time studying the portal and barely got anywhere with it. This stuff is just beyond what we know. Here we are. Okay. This is spooky. Okay, this is scary. It's very spooky. I don't like spooky. So, what exactly are we looking for? Whatever's causing the power outage. If we don't find the cause, we should at least be able to get the backup running. Looks like the generator's gone. Mystery solved. Sound of creaking metal penetrated the stillness of the room. This is spooky. Looked above toward the sound of the noises that grew louder, and in the next instant I was pushed sideways and fell to the ground, just barely avoiding the giant light fixture that fell from the ceiling and shattered into countless pieces alongside me. Yoshi, are you alright? Next thing I saw was a hooded figure standing above me, barely visible against the darkness that permeated the room. Oh. What? Oh, what's going on? What are you? What? Figure crashed down next to me, its mask hovering right in front of my face. Merely a whisper reached my ears when it spoke. Be careful, Yoshi. Then the figure dashed towards the stairs. Where are you going? That's not me. Don't move. He's going up the stairs. I'm on it. Oh. Huh. I didn't see that chair coming. I can't see a darn thing in here. Here, Chief. I hate these stupid stairs. You're blocking the way. Just go around me. There's no room. You're as wide as the stairs are. I can't help it. Done. We'll never catch him now. Oh, what? Who is that? Is that the guy? Is that Reza? I don't know. He kept warning me that something was wrong around here, but we don't know what it is at all. We have no clue. By the time we found our way back up, the mysterious figure was nowhere to be found. We've got a long search ahead of us, and with a head start like that, there might be no end to it. We have to take our chances as long as we can. As long as we still can? I think that's what I said, right? As long as we still can, yep. Except that chance is growing smaller and smaller while we wait for the team to arrive. What even happened down there? Right, Yoshi, tell us everything in as much detail as you can. There wasn't much to it. I heard a noise, I looked up, the light fixture came down, and someone pushed me. You mean Reza? I'm not so sure of that. We can't assume anything yet. Didn't you see him? Whoever it was wearing a mask. It bloody well can't be someone else, so let's not kid ourselves here. Why would we wear that whole getup though? As some sort of, he didn't want to be recognized, right? I think that's the case. That's a bad excuse when there are only two humans here. This whole thing doesn't make any sense. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Your earlier theory about what happened was pretty sound, Sebastian. Let's go with that and add the bit about the generator being stolen. So now the question is, who has a motive for stealing a generator? It could be anyone? I don't think it could be anyone. So I really don't have any ideas about this. Why would Riza want it? Right? Riza. Right, who else would need to steal a generator when those who live here could either buy or even simply request one? Not to mention, Riza was the one who arranged a diplomatic trade for the generators in the first place. I can't deny the fact that your generators are pretty important to us, but resorting to murder? We also saw the human figure running away. Why would he have stayed here if he stole it? Maybe it was a dragon in disguise. It didn't seem like one. Are we sure we saw him running away? Yeah, would he have stayed here if he stole it? Yeah, I don't think so. Why would he remain here if he was the one who stole it? The generator was already gone when we got here, and the person in question wasn't carrying it either. Perhaps this is a case where the criminal has returned to the crime scene. For this kind of crime? I'd say no, but who knows? Maybe our rules just don't apply anymore. What do you mean? No offense, but ever since you two humans arrived, there have been a lot of strange things going on. This place used to be a quiet town. You're starting to sound like Maverick sound, so you think maybe this whole thing is just a huge misunderstanding. I don't think it's a huge misunderstanding. This sounds more like a questioning phrase, like, so you think it was Riza. Honestly, things aren't looking great for him right now. It's still a top priority to find him, but after what we've seen here today, I'm not sure what will happen when we do. I just don't want to give you any false hope, you know. I see. Maybe we should just focus on finding him and point fingers later. Agreed. See, that's what I want. The police team will be here any minute now. You don't have to get involved with the search, but that doesn't mean you can't help us. What do you want me to do? We still have the list of places we're going to check out, remember? We can't go now. The search takes priority. Of course, we'll still check out those places after we're done here, but if you go on your own, you can speed up the process. You could even find a lead for us. Who knows? You must really understand. No, how about no? That's rude. Sure thing. We need to help them out with this. Great. Here's the list. Considering your status, you shouldn't have any trouble in these places, but if anything happens, call me and I'll check up on you later. Wait a minute. You mean I'm going all out? I'm going all by myself? All of us are going to be busy with the search, and we can't really afford to spare someone right now. You'll be fine. Not really. Aren't you worried I'll do something fishy? I mean, isn't that why Riza and I were assigned police escorts in the first place? That police was mostly Maverick's fault, and if he's out of the picture, with my authority as chief, I say you can go alone. I already know where you're going, and besides, I trust you. If you were in cahoots with Riza, you would have run off with him when you had the chance. Good point. Ah, I see the team approaching. Guess you should get going. Right, I'll see you later then. Good luck. Right. Interesting. It was a relief to leave the crime scene considering all that had happened. When I reached into my pocket to take a look at the list, however, I found something unexpected. It was a small piece of paper with the word Tatsu written on it. How did it get there? Spooky. This is super spooky. My early encounter with the masked person was the only time today someone was close enough to smuggle something into my pocket. I figured if someone like Bryce tried to do something like that, I definitely would have noticed. As for Tatsu, the only related thing I could think of was Tatsu Park, which I had come across when I went to the police station the other day. Even if that park was the place the mysterious paper referred to, I didn't know if it was actually a good idea to visit. The masked person may have saved me from the falling light fixture, but if it was Riza, it would mean following someone who was also the prime suspect of 2 murders. Oh no, out of stamina. No. I also had to consider the list of places Riza had been to: the local grocery store, the production facility we had visited, and the library were the 3 places closest to here. It suddenly was going to be a busy day, and I knew I wouldn't have the time to visit all of them. What should I do? I don't think we should jump straight to the park. We should go visit other places first. Let's have a look at let's go to the grocery store. I entered the store, the sound of a bell alerting the staff to my arrival. Seeing the patrons browsing the shelves, neatly stocked with wares of all kinds, evoked some feelings of nostalgia and normalcy in me. This must be the store Riza's been shopping at. Oh, hello. Oh, stamina leaf. Okay. Who is he talking to? Hey, I think I've seen her before. Oh, it's the one that ran past us. I'm sorry, but this prescription has expired. I can't feel it like this. You need to tell your parents to visit the doctor so he can write you a new one. Oh. She turned around, nearly running into me when she suddenly bolted towards the door. This person seems like they're in a rush. Oh, like she She's just running around all the place. Hello, Yoshi. How can I help you? You know who I am? How could I not? Everyone knows about you. I suppose that makes sense. Anyway, how can I help you? Who was that? You mean the girl? That's Vara. She comes here occasionally to pick up her mother's prescription. Do you remember Riza coming here? Of course I do. It's only been a few days since he was last here. This will sound a little unusual, but can you tell me what he bought? Are you just talking about last time, or every time he came here? Both, I suppose. He came here more than once. He's been visiting pretty regularly now that I think about it. Interesting. I can look up his purchases if you like. That'd be really helpful. Shouldn't be too hard, just give me a second. Beep beep beep. How could someone not know you? Yeah, you're literally the only human. I mean, aside from the other guy here. I watched him carefully navigate the register's buttons, soon followed by the sound of the attached printer. Yeah, I guess so. Reese is just running around being weird, so we don't know yet. Here you go. Receipt from all his purchases. Well, that was easy. Since our government takes care of all his purchases, they're filed separately. It was simple to pull them out. Looks like he bought mostly food and snacks, sometimes magazines. But why was he buying lemons every single time? For secret messages? I can't say that I didn't notice, but I figured it was just a human thing. Strange. In any case, that was more information than I expected. You have my thanks. You're welcome. Just browsing for a while. Let me know if you need anything. What am I even looking for? Should we just look at the food again? Look at the bread selection. They have a surprisingly big selection. Since when do dragons eat bread, anyway? I guess at least I'm covered in case I want any melon bread. Hey, you! Oh. Are you talking to me? Yes, what do you say? Melon or lemon bread? I mean, the only difference between the two is like one letter, so how am I supposed to choose? I don't think that's how it works. Why don't you just go with the one you think you'll like more? That's a good idea. Why did I think of that? Was that a cardboard box? I don't know. This is so weird. Crackled eggs in the store. Of course. Of course. Look at the produce. I thought that dragons are big on produce. I don't even recognize some of these. Look at the meat. Meat, of course. Lots and lots of meat. Fresh meat, smoked meat, cured meat, dried meat, pre-packaged meat, prepared meat, ready to eat meat, meat snacks, burgers, kebab, nuggets, whole hams, bacon, meatloaf, sausages. And that's not even all of it. Needless to say, they have that area covered. The health aisle. Everything from food supplements to skincare and even birth control. The variance in product sizes is astounding, especially when talking about the birth control. I think these ones could fit in my arm. Fit on my arm. Huh. Alright, let's go back then. Enough browsing, I should go back to what I came here for. We looked at everything the store has to offer. Window shopper, hooray! They'll technically all be dragon fruit. Of course. Leave, yep, really. No, I suppose that's all I can do here. I've got some more time left. What should I do? What does resting do? Does that, like, actually have any benefits? That's what I wonder. We should visit... I feel like we're gonna start running out of time soon. I think we should go to the park. We've gotta... right? Tattoo Park, here I am. I don't know what I'm even looking for though. Read the sign. The park is dedicated to our creator, to whom we owe our sentience and existence, as it is our duty to remember. This place honors them every day with its beauty and grants a place of recreation and contemplation to all of us. Any more? No, okay. Look at the map. This park is bigger than I thought. I could go north towards Tattoo Avenue, which apparently is a nice place to go look at the landscape, or south to the political district. Where should I go? Stay in the central area for now. Search the strawberry. Yeah, this totally won't look strange or suspicious. Here we go. I found some dirt. There doesn't seem to be anything else here. He found a handful of dirt. Archaeologist achievement unlocked. Search the pavilion. You never know what you'll find around a pavilion. Let's do this. There doesn't seem to be anything important here, but at least it provides excellent shade. Anything. Again, I guess I should look harder this time. Nope, nothing here. Again, yeah, okay, no, that's, yeah. Dragon dirt, yeah, dragon dirt. Oh, I found something. It's a round smooth orb about the size of a bowling ball. Or was this the thing that the book mentioned? Wait a minute, I recognize this. It looks like something I saw in one of the books the other day. It's the orb thing. Might as well take it with me. Quite an Ixamen sphere part. Yeah, we did it. See, it was worth our time. Search the pavilion. Again? Yep. Yeah, that's it. Anything else? I feel like that's all they would have to offer. Nothing here. We'll do one more. This is pretty cool. We found one of these. Yeah, okay, that should be it then. Search the shrubbery. Yeah, let's have a look at the shrubbery again. We'll do that a couple times. Ixamen sphere. Yeah, that's right. I think I'll need more dirt. Of course, it has to be on a flat surface. That's right. Still just dirt. Yeah, okay. Look at that map. Let's go find. Not towards Tattoo Avenue. It's still Tattoo kind of place. Examine the fallen leaves. I don't recognize the species of tree. Okay, open the hatch. On the metal covering of the hatch, there are two buttons which are situated to left and right with a central circular lever. The arrow and the lever is pointing up. Turn the lever count. Let's turn the lever. The arrow and the lever is now pointing right. That's the first button. This button now pressed and sits flush with the metal covering of the hatch. That's the second button. The second button is now pressed and sits flush with the metal covering of the hatch. And the lever is now pointing down. Sticking out slightly against the metal covering of the hatch. We're not finding anything. Anything? You gonna tell me anything? Yeah. There seems to be no indication of how you would open this. Give up for now, I guess. Let's just rest on the bench then. It has to be on a flat surface, so make sure it's off before you plug it in, and then turn it on. And excellent! Wow! You remembered all the stuff. Congratulations! You're pro at remembering things over here. Let's rest on the bench. Finally, a place to sit down. View of the scenery is perfect. You appreciated the landscape for a bit. Ah, landscaper. That was nice. Just about to get up when I noticed someone sitting next to me. Oh, okay. Nothing scary or something. Okay. Whoa, I didn't see you there. I thought you were a statue or something. Hello? Well, maybe it is a statue, or I just turned invisible? Hope it's not the latter. Oh, I'm already well rested. I shouldn't waste any more time. I'm wasting more time! Yeah, there's no hints for this. Which situates left and right, the central center. Maybe we need like hints first or something. It's a kitty! Yeah, kitties everywhere in this world. Second button. Yeah, I have no idea what to do here for now. Examine the fallen leaves again. I don't recognize this. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's it for here. Let's go to the other location. Towards the political district. Just as I entered the southern part of the park, I found myself tumbling to the ground when someone suddenly bumped into me. Ouch! I keep getting knocked over. Aren't all dragons a cutie? Yeah, for the most part. Sorry about that. Are you alright? Besides being a little dirtier than before, I think so. I should really look where I'm going. Sometimes, I just get lost in my thoughts. Hey, I think you dropped this. Oh, thank you. Ghost stories, huh? Yep. Oh, I should probably go before the bookstore closes. Bye! Oh, bye. There's someone sitting on the benches. Let's approach the dragon. Let's go. All sorts of dragons here. Yes! Oh, Chip, hey! Welcome to the stream! Yeah! What a most pleasant surprise to be meeting you here, Yoshi. Do you know who I am? Is it a good idea Okay, why not? Why not? I do. And what brings you here today, Yoshi? I'm not quite sure of that myself. Ah, the park does have an appeal that naturally draws people in. I would know, since I'm partly responsible for creating it. Have you seen the north side yet? If not, you totally should. It's just so pretty this time of year. You created this park? Well, some of it. Do you see the building behind me? That's where I work. Do you want to know a secret? The park was built here so I could enjoy going outside on my breaks. Like, right now for example. Speaking of your work, Remy works for you, right? I just met him the other day. Oh, Remy, quite the little nerd, isn't he? Have you seen his malformed ears? I want to laugh every single time I see him. That's not very nice. Be that as it may, I just can't help it. Can I ask you a question? You can ask for sure, but whatever I can answer or not is another question. What would you like to know? Ask about your visit. What do you think about us visiting this world? You and Reza? Well, I think it is about the most exciting thing that has happened here in the last few years. It certainly has been a nice distraction from the other boring things I have to do at work. How so? Daniel. Arranging your arrival was partly my responsibility. In fact, I would have been at the portal to welcome you myself if something didn't come up at the last second. Ask about her job. Oh, ask about Tattoo Park, okay, sure. Can you tell me more about Tattoo Park? Oh, I'm not so sure there is that much to say about it. It just opened recently. I think the initial request was for more open spaces, like a dedicated place for people to gather and such. If you read the plaque, you would know that the park was dedicated to our so-called creator. I say creator like that because I think that word is a bit of a misnomer, but I suppose people still use it regardless. Alright. Can you tell me more about your job? I could, but I think overall it's a very boring affair. It involves a lot of reading and talking and approving or rejecting forms and projects. It has its perks, but in some ways I'll suddenly be happy when my term is over. If you've been minister once, that's something people will remember you for. Even if those times are long past, no one can ever take that away from you again. You mentioned your term ending. How does that work here? Well, we, the ministers, serve our term, and then someone else takes our place. Only one minister changes at a time, though. Technically speaking, any person can become a minister, though there are certain standards and requirements that must be met in order to apply for office. I don't want to bore you with the details, as that too would be a long and tedious affair. That's all. I suppose I should be getting back to work anyway. Well, thank you for this most pleasant conversation, Yoshi. Thank you too. So that's it, isn't it? Still no clues for like what the hatch, what we could do with the hatch, but yeah, that's it then. Don't think I'll find anything else here. Huh. The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, and decided it was time to report my findings to the police. A brief call to the department, and I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. I'm not sure how my findings will help, but at least I have something. Look who we have here. I turned around to see Maverick. His intense gaze confirmed that there was no one else his words could have been directed at. Even with the civilians passing by in the background, I suddenly felt very alone. What do you want from me? Answers. What if I don't have any for you? Okay, then start talking. Come on. Just tell me one thing. Why? What is your goal in all of this? Why even come here? You know, why we became as ambassadors for humanity and to oversee the trade we agreed on? You wouldn't understand. Well, this is really all we know, right? What's with this music? Yeah, I don't know. It's getting all, like... That's spooky. Oh, I don't like spooky stuff. It's scary. No. That won't do. That's simply not true. You know it, and I know it. I just don't get why you can't be honest with me, even when you know no one else is listening. You know I can't touch you. If I did, it would be over for me. At least, as long as I don't have any proof. In the end, what difference does it make if I know? No one is going to believe me anyway. Do you wish to kill me too? Like Reza? I would never do such a thing. Oh no, this is super spooky, please. I'm gonna have nightmares now. I'm gonna go sleep soon. Is that so? Tell me, why would an ambassador need such a dangerous tool in the first place? I know you claim not to have one of these things Reza injured me with, and you didn't have any when they searched you, but I guess it's way too late for safety precautions at this point. You could have hidden one anyway. That darn hurt, you know. And worse, now was getting thrown aside by Bryce. I trust him, but after what happened, he doesn't trust me anymore. Now there's only you. The mythical, the special, and you. How much I wish I could make him see what I see. I could have saved the world with what I did that day, and it still wouldn't matter when no one believes me, just because I don't have any proof. I don't have any proof for anything either. I won't stop until I find some. And when I do, I'm gonna be a dumb hero. You didn't let me... With that, he was gone. On the way to the police station, Maverick's words kept finding their way back into my mind. I couldn't decide how to feel about them. I wasn't even sure if it was worth mentioning to the police, since all he did was make vague accusations. It wasn't anything substantial enough to be considered a threat. However, his actions were growing more calculated, and he seemed very sure of himself. I wonder about what this could amount to. But that wasn't the problem at hand. It wasn't. It's weird. This is weird. Hey Yoshi! Hey Sebastian! Thought I'd meet you at the front desk. What are we doing in Bryce's office? He does have a nice office, doesn't he? And the chairs are comfy. Is that the only reason we're in here? Dragon gave a brief chuckle. Let's just say that any information pertaining to this case is important enough to warrant some privacy. I see. Will Bryce be here anytime soon? I don't think so. He's still outside, looking for Reza. He's not the kind of person who gives up easily. Yeah, that sounds like him. That's Bryce for you. Once he sets his mind on something, he sees it through to the end. That's why he's our chief. He gets things done. That's good. Where is the dating part? Once we get around to the talking to the dragons individually. At this rate, it doesn't look like we'll find him today. He could be anywhere. Long gone, beyond our reach. What do you think? To be honest, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing, or what his plan is, really. I wonder what will happen to our trade agreement now, considering Reza's still missing, the murders, and the stolen generator. If Reza really is a murderer, then... Don't do that. What? Worry. You don't know what's at stake here. People are dead, Yoshi. Do you think I don't know that? This is the dating part. Not quite yet. Reza may be our prime suspect, but he's also a missing person. For all we know, he could be a victim. Maybe someone is making him do this. That's true. He could be like forced into this or something. That's why he didn't take action earlier or something. Don't know. My point is, we don't know the facts yet. What we need to do is find him and find the murderer. And find Reza and go from there. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Sebastian. Anyway, you said you had some information for us. So what did you find? Like nothing. The receipts you got are interesting. There might be something more to them, or they could just be a useless record of his eating habits. You never know what you might find out about a person, their habits, or their plans this way. Good work, Yoshi. It's not much to go on, but it's something. It'll keep us busy at least. In any case, thanks for your help. Really do appreciate it. Wonder what else would have happened, huh? You're welcome. That should be all then. Since Bryce still hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on, and I better get out there and help him. I guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Of course. Alright, I'll see you later. Good luck. Okay, finally some free time. Whatever am I going to do? Bryce is busy, isn't he? How would you be able to meet with him? We should get to know everyone, right? Because, or do we make advancements on a single person? Or a single dragon? That's the question. Do we get, like, familiar and friendly with everyone, or do we get to certain, like, characters? Time for a date. Okay, it's a bit of a thing here, because we have Lorem and Remy going on at the moment. Both of them are, like, if you go into their status, what does it say about them? Good, neutral, neutral. So, at the moment, we're good with these guys. Interesting. Who do we meet with? we could continue on with what we were going on with the previous time, I think. Maybe that's a good idea. Go to Lorem and then go to Remy afterwards. We can get, like, personal and comfy with other people later. Lorem, the white one. The white one is Remy. Lorem's the one that I met yesterday. He's making a game about us. We'll go meet with Lorem. He's cool. Oh, look. It's a house. There you are, come in. Sure. Sure! Honestly, I can't believe you agreed to do this again. It's my pleasure. Now that I've had a chance to work through everything from last time, we can do some real work. Sounds great. I did a staggering amount of research on mythical humans. Here, let me show you some of the stuff I found. Oops, Remy. I'm sorry. We need to meet Lorem. He's super cute. Sure. We sat down at the coffee table. Lorem opened up the laptop and started to type away. Seeing the laptop brought back memories. In our world, they had become obsolete a long time ago. Before I show you these images, I should probably tell you that some of them are really weird. Just don't take them the wrong way. You already told me about the four-headed human, so I think I can handle this. Alright. Wow. Wow. Strange. He looks attractive, he looks friendly. Doesn't look very human to me. He looks friendly. Right? This one is supposed to be one of our ancestors. Well, it does remind me of some of the dragons I've seen here, but I'm not sure what humans have to do with this. You remember the myth about a creator turning into a dragon, right? Yeah. Now, here's an interesting question. What species did that human turn into? There are a number of dragon species nowadays that aren't genetically compatible with each other. Did the human choose one of them? Did they perhaps procreate? A shared ancestor is one option. This would mean that the different species split after the human's involvement in our creation. If human DNA was involved in some way, this might explain how our different species came to be. Take off our ancestor vows and apply various amounts of human DNA. The result would be a number of different species, each with a different amount of resemblance to humans. Interesting. Now, it has been said that an upright stance and being able to walk on two legs is a more human trait. Yes. Right, yes. In any case, it's one of the things that makes humans unique. As a result, some people believe that certain species share more traits with humans than others. They think it makes them more noble or something. Luckily, this doesn't happen often. You can walk on two legs as well, right? Sure. In this theory of shared human DNA, this will be somewhere in the middle, since I still have wings and horns. I can see that. Here, look at this one. Oh gee, that's something. I wouldn't want to live in the same town as this fellow. I'm not sure if it's much closer than the little one. What's with the little horns? I wouldn't want to live in the same town as this fellow. That's scary. Well, you can't always choose your neighbours, and this won't be any different in my game. I'm not sure that he's a particularly friendly one, though. Actually, I think this is supposed to be a human female. Interesting. There are some that don't think humans are friendly at all, though. Really? So far I've only heard positive things about us. That's a picture. Yes, it is a picture. Well done. Good observation. Some interpretations of our myths don't exactly paint you in the best light. There are also people who oppose the idea of human worship and what their involvement has meant for us. In what way? They say that human interference was unnatural and that we needed to get back to our roots. And how do they think they could do that? Apparently, it means refusing to use modern technology and living in caves of the wilderness again. Like an animal. Pretty much. Most of us think those people are crazy though. Sound like the part for sure, I see. As long as they don't hurt anyone. Right? There's always gonna be people that like go out of their way to do things. Like it's like just natural environmental like communities and tribes out there today. Like you still have those kinds of people that it's not because of their beliefs. Well, I mean, it kind of relates to their belief system, but the fact that there's people that still will do things the old school way, basically. So yeah, as long as they aren't hurting anyone, they're harmless, really. Yeah, that's good then. You probably won't see one of them around here anyway. It is an interesting style though. Do you know how these pictures were made? No, I'm sure that information was provided when I looked them up in the library, but I didn't copy all of that. And you're using these as references. I make do with what I can get. Maybe now you can see why I wanted your help though. Right, what do you need me to do? I just want to make some quick sketches. You can stand over there by the wall. Okay, I can certainly do that. I walked up to the spot he indicated. When I took my place, I saw that he had laid out a number of pens, paper, and other art supplies on the table. Oh, this is going to take a while, isn't it? I'll try to be quick about it. Do you want me to strike a pose or something? T-pose should be good to get started. What's that? Just point your arms sideways so you look like a giant T. Oh, I get it. Raising my arms to the sides, I wondered how long this would take. Great, now try to stay as still as possible. Can I still talk? Sure, as long as you don't talk with your arms. So I wasn't allowed to move my head. I stared at Lauren sketching my figure. This went on for a few minutes, until I suddenly heard the sound of a door opening. Oh? Oh, who's this? Lauren is a cutie, he was. Then spin! Hey Lauren. Alright, the human's gonna visit today. I totally forgot about that. You don't mind if I take a seat, right? You just want to study, Yoshi. Like you aren't doing that right now. Besides, this room is mine as much as it is yours. I'll just watch and be quiet. I thought you had experiments to run. And they are running. I'd rather not be confined to my tiny room for the next 2 hours, staring at the ceiling and waiting for them to finish. And you cutie, indeed. But no experiments in Yoshi. Yes, I'll just sit here and maybe take a few notes. I'm sorry, Yoshi. This is my roommate and longtime best friend, Ipsum. Oh, that's cool. Nice to meet you, Ipsum. His scientific bluntness may be off-putting, so please bear with him. Speak for yourself. So much for those two being best friends. That's what friends do. Lauren returned to his drawing, the silence only being interrupted by the strokes of his pen. Something interesting happened at work today. Did they finally figure out it was you who was playing all those pranks? No, they'll never catch me. I was talking with a colleague about the humans here, and I offhandedly mentioned that Yoshi was going to come over. I don't like where this is going. Some hours later, Anna barges into my office and says Yoshi is off limits to anyone besides her as far as tests and experiments are concerned. Well, I'm not taking any samples. I could hardly be blamed for just looking at Yoshi. Yes, but that makes me wonder. Yoshi, did you agree to visit her and undergo her rigorous testing regimen? I did. She, like we said yes to, so yeah. Ipsumiko's daddy, please experiment on me. Aw, he's not ugly, he's cute. Yeah, I did. Oh, good luck to you then. Thank you. Oh, and Lauren, have you seen my Ixamen sphere recently? Oh, we found it! Didn't you take it with you when we went to the park the other day? Yes, I did. Well, that's the last time I saw it. I must have lost it then. I already searched the whole apartment. We found it! We found it! Did you go into my room? Why aren't we speaking up? No. Maybe someone found it. I had it registered in my name when I got it, so if anyone found it, it should show up sooner or later. I remember the sphere that I found in the park. I dug into my pocket to show it to them. Wait a minute, are you talking about... Hey, no moving around. Quickly, I extended my arms again to make a perfect T-pose. Sorry, I just found something in the park recently that may or may not have been your Ixamen sphere. Where is it? Probably in one of my pockets. At these words, Ipsum got up and walked over to me. So much for just sitting quietly in the corner and letting me work in peace. Those glasses? What about them? We're talking about a very expensive piece of equipment here. Just give it to him, Yoshi. I searched my pockets and looked for the sphere to no avail. Huh. It's not here. So you don't have it after all? What kind of cruel joke are you playing here? Must have left it in my apartment. What a shame. I could fetch it after we're done with this. It would be better if you just handed it to the police. After all, we don't even know if it is my sphere that you found. Either way, the police should be able to verify it and locate its owner. Alright. What is an Ixamen sphere anyway? It's just a glorified toy for grown-ups, really. Oh, a toy for grown-ups. Wow, okay. You have no idea what you're talking about. An Ixamen sphere is a very sophisticated tool with a countless number of uses. Like what? It can levitate and follow you around, take photos. You can even use it as a calculator. Oh, that's cool. Making it a glorified toy for grown-ups. Not quite. I use it for my experiments. Well, if they can take photos, I wouldn't need to stand around like this. That is, if we had it here right now. It is a great companion for all situations in life. It's much easier to draw from a live model than from a photo though. Easier for you, maybe. I hope this doesn't take much longer, cause my arms went numb a while ago. Yeah, I think you can relax for now. I'm nearly done with this one. The tingling sensation went out my arms as I relaxed. Slowly, I began to regain feeling in them. Alright, now turn around. I thought we were done already. Not unless we want our humans to lack a backside. So that's what this is all about. Oh, you know what I mean. Many uses. I know exactly what you mean. Isn't it my turn to draw you now? That's not how it works. I wouldn't mind getting a portrait of myself. I can already see it, the light shining from above, caressing my luscious mane, highlighting each lock as they interplay. This is going to be a long day. That depends on how fast you are. As I was now facing the wall, I couldn't see what Lorem and Ibsen were doing. After a few seconds of silence, I heard some whispering coming from the couch. What are you talking about? I didn't want to be rude, but I was just curious about your vestments. He said, and I quote, "This would be more interesting if it wasn't for those clothes Yoshi is wearing." Really? 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 I'm just saying it would be hard to study an insect if there was a piece of cloth draped over it. Wearing that much just seems odd to me. If humans wear clothes like this, it's only appropriate to depict them as such. And my scientific curiosity shall remain unsatisfied. Yeah, your scientific curiosity. I like where this is going. Yes, so do I. Because Yoshi is not here to do that, and you would get in big trouble with Anna. We actually have a pretty big variety of vestments. I could tell you about it. Sounds good, but not right now. I have to finish this up first. Alright. So Ibsen, I've heard a lot about experiments in science now, but what do you actually do? I work in the facility as a biologist with a minor in physics. In addition to the office, I also have my own setup here at home. I assure you, it's properly isolated from the rest of our apartment. It even has a fume hood to prevent accidents. But I only use it for the smallest of experiments, usually things unrelated to my job. Sounds interesting. Don't get him started, or we won't hear the end of it. Maybe you would like to talk about your hobby instead, Lorem. Isn't this already a hobby? I guess you could say so. I was talking about his other hobby though. Oh, that. Huh? The scientist daddy has money. Getting naked. I don't know, it's a little embarrassing to be honest. There's no need to be embarrassed about your hobbies. He likes flowers. Once he even made a crown out of daisies. Cutest thing in the world. Aw, don't listen to him. As usual, he only tells half the story. What's the other half then? I have an extensive love for botany. Ah, that's cool. The phone he keeps in his room must be the happiest barn alive. I find gardening to be very relaxing, especially when the birds are singing in the morning. It's so nice to go out there with a nice cup of tea and work in the garden of our apartment building. That's really nice. Which reminds me, Ibsen here has quite an extensive tea collection, although I'm not sure if he prefers to hoard tea or gadgets. It's a mystery! Heard there was going to be a model of the Ixalan sphere that can actually make tea. That's going to be a must-buy. Can it also make cups, or are you supposed to sip it out of the sphere itself? Don't be silly. You two sound just like an old couple. A couple? Us? Not really. We've known each other for a long time though, if that counts. I think it does. By the way, Ibsen, you're not from here, right? What is that supposed to mean? Oh, you look nothing like any other dragon I've seen here so far. I suppose that's true for Lorem as well. You're both pretty small. But you, Ibsen, also have hair. That's suddenly new. It's not as unusual as you might think, but you're right. There aren't many of us in these parts. I imagine being smaller than the rest of the population would come with its own challenges. It's not that big of a deal. If something is unreachable for me, I can fly. This apartment was actually intended to house one dragon of a bigger size. That not only makes it fairly cheap, but it's also big enough for both of us. There's one thing I've been wondering. How do you even sit in one of those chairs? Wouldn't the backrest cause problems with your tails? I see what you mean. For me, it's never been a problem, because most chairs are bigger than I am. It's just a question of getting into the right position. However, this might be different from those of us who mostly walk on 4 legs, but they usually don't use chairs like these at all. I've seen a few try though. I suppose they want to imitate humans this way. Even if they can't stand or walk like a human, they can try to sit like one. With varying results. Some I've seen look really funny trying to fit in chairs that are too big for us, sitting in odd ways that clearly don't work with their anatomy. Hey, you did it! Getting into the right position. Exactly what I thought. Getting into the right position. I see. Lauren, you asked me about breath weapons last time, but I don't think you ever told me if you had one. Probably because it isn't worth mentioning. It may only be a very small flame, but it can get very hot. What about you, Ipsum? Yes, Ipsum, what about you? My breath weapon is elocution, since words are more powerful than anything else. Same as mine then? I suppose that's me too. Alright, I'm done with this one. You can turn around. Really, but staring at the wall was so much fun. Let's say this. Let's make one more. Maybe something dynamic. Oh, just ignore my comment. How dynamic are we talking about? Something that isn't static like the reference models I just did. You can strike a pose. Something that's just you. Alright. What kind of pose should I go for? Normal? A thoughtful? A swimwear? What about thoughtful pose? Not getting in the right position? Me too. Alright, what about this? Works for me. By the way, did you get the groceries when you came home from work? Yes, just as usual. Are you two sure you're not in a relationship? I certainly am. Actually, Ipsum is deeply in love with his home laboratory. Oh really? I'm not even going to deny that, but I'm not working on something at the office, I do so here. What are you currently working on? I've been looking into the physics of teleportation. We're talking about the portal, right? Well, I don't have permission to even approach the portal, so I have to resort to a theoretical discussion on its mechanics and make do with what I can pull off in my home laboratory. Maybe I could tell you a few things. That won't be necessary. I have already read all the available test reports. Okay. Are you aware that using the portal could be incredibly dangerous? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Then you don't have a complete understanding of what the portal actually does and what it means for our world at large. In order for a portal to function, a natural wormhole is required. It is trapped and becomes the portal's entry. The portal manipulates the wormhole's exit. This way, something can be sent to whatever destination is chosen. Whichever. Now there is a theory about the purpose of the natural wormholes in the universe, but hey, that's just a theory. It states that they act as the support pillars of space-time continuum. Oh jeez. How so? How should I explain this? I think the video game analogy worked pretty well. Sure, in a video game, what happens when you meet the edge of a map? You hit a wall. That happens in some video games, but in others, you reappear on the opposite side. Right. How does this happen? If our world was a perfect sphere, someone could just keep flying in the same direction, and eventually they would end up at their starting point again. Sure. This is just a result of physics. In the abstraction of a video game, however, it doesn't work like that. They don't try to replicate a spherical world, they use a 2D plane instead. This is getting confusing. Imagine a piece of paper with a world map printed on it. Right? Well, it shows the entirety of the world. It's just a simple flat piece of paper, rather than a sphere, right? Sure. Let us assume that in a game, our world map looks like that. Now what happens when we approach the edge and walk over, it is that we are teleported to the other side. Okay. This doesn't actually make the game world a sphere, but rather a torus. Torus. You know, like a donut. If that's the comparison you want to make. Okay. Now, things are going to get really complicated. Are you familiar with the many-word interpretation of quantum mechanics? Let's say I'm not. That game theories on it. It states that every single time a choice is made by an actor that possesses free will, the universe splits off into different branches just like this game because it's getting meta. It's a big meta. This game is being meta. Ipsum is a meta character. Ipsum is officially, like, the character that is self-aware. That makes sense. It does make sense. It is very interesting stuff that it's going through at the moment. This means that for every choice you have made, there exists a branch of the universe where you made a different decision, or a different save file. I see. Now, we can't communicate with these other branches in any way. You don't know what would happen if you had made a different decision just this morning. You know, unless you start a different save file. If someone's a science daddy. Let's get to the other things. Oh, let me do the thing. Uh-oh, it's not responding. Oh no, don't crash. Don't you dare crash. No. Oh no. Guys, it crashed. Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe it. It just crashed. Oh no. We haven't been saving. I haven't been saving along the way. Oh no. That's bad. Ipsum made it crash. Oh no. Are there any autosaves? Ipsum was getting too self-aware. Right? Oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. I'm so sad right now. What happened? Let's say you did a different thing than what you did this morning. Crashes, now go do it. Oh. Wow. That is weird, isn't it? That's a weird coincidence. So now I was processing security risk. Huh? Restart is required. Security risks? What? No, it's saying that there's security risk with the games and a restart is required. What? No, come on, this is ridiculous. It's like, could not execute. Your computer must restart to continue removing security risks. What? My antivirus is getting in the way right now. I don't know, this is weird. Kind of just like disappeared itself. Game became too self-aware. It's gonna have a virus. We have to stop it. Oh, it's weird. Could not execute. Is it missing? Is it missing? Don't you dare tell me like it deleted the game. Is it missing? Is it? Is it? Hello? Where did it go? Where did you put my game? Where did you put my game? Okay, this is actually really weird. What? Why? Why did it just like... Okay, this is actually really weird. If it's on Steam, it should still have your cloud data. Yeah, it should. I wonder where it autosaved up to then, though. That's weird. Why? Why? Why did I do that? Weird. What do we do? It wanted me to restart for, like, security reasons or something. Why? What? Why would you do this? Let's try looking this up. I need to look this up. This is strange. This has never happened. Could not locate. Could not open. Is it missing? Steam. Let's see if Steam's had any issues on this. This error is most commonly seen when your antivirus software mistakenly reports game files as malicious and quarantines them. Within the antivirus software, look for game files that have been reported and mark them as safe. Set your antivirus software to game mode. Oh my gosh, you silly. You silly. So where do I have to go? And report. Yeah, okay. Please don't delete my game files for no reason. This is silly. No. Just wait. I need to go check with my antivirus thing right now. Then. How to restore stuff. Restore files? Yeah. Okay. Displays the backup location of the most recent backup you ran in the originals. Set network cost awareness. And choose another backup set. Sorry about this, guys. Hold on. Norton. I use Norton antivirus. You can restore the backups. Use the search option to look for search for and add the selected file to restore. Product main window. Double click backup, then click restore files. Wow, where's backup? History. Can you go back to like where it deleted stuff? That's weird. Why would it just randomly do that? I've got to sleep soon though, so I hope I can just deal with this. Just restart required? Are you sure? Threat removed. Object, loader, curry, color, easy. No, come on, this is silly. Can I just do? Can I no? How do I restore files? How do I go into restore files? Go to recycling bin to restore. Oh, would it be in recycling bin? Do you think? Maybe. Let's see. Did I actually delete it? No, nothing. Action. You must restart your computer. Why though? It's a false though in the antivirus because there's nothing wrong with this game. Change. Double click backup, then click restore files. Where is this? Where is this? Product main video. Double click backup. Where's backup? Where do I go? Double click backup thing. Wow. Oh, was there never any backup in the first place? What is this madness? Why, antivirus? You just exploded my game. So if I restart, will it do anything? Because I feel like it's just gonna delete my thing. That's silly. Oh, go to advanced. Next in the computer protection selection, click quarantine to open the security history window. Now you'll see all the quarantine files. Just right click any one of them you want to recover. Go through the files and steps. Okay. Security history quarantine. What's that? Advanced. In the computer protection. Where is this? I don't see this. Yeah, in the computer protection selection, click on detect. Where is this? I don't see this anywhere. Search container for backup and restore. I don't know. It feels like something that the antivirus is like just like exploded itself with. These settings cannot be changed due to pending remediation action. Do I have to restart my computer first? Oh my gosh, you are so annoying. Alright, looks like I apparently have to restart my laptop. That's just dumb. Alright, well. I'll end off for now and I'll restart the stream back up. I'll have to head to bed soon. But yeah, I'll be back in just a bit, okay guys? Alright. Sorry about all this mess though.